Both players still advance from the match and live to fight another day. With Group D ends the first group phase. 8 players advance to the second group phase where they will be split into 2 groups of 4 players. And again, the top 2 players will advance. In the first group, Sai and Fav got paired with the 2 top human players, Sky and Todd. Sky and Todd systematically destroyed their competition. Together, they dropped only 2 maps in their 10 games against Sai and Fav. They both will advance from their group, but they will play each other first to decide who gets the number 1 spot. The two have quite a history. Just in World Cyber Games, they've played twice in the WCG 2006 finals and the 2005 semifinals. Both times, Sky came out on top. Their first map is Turtle Rock, and we get even more close positions on that very map, Turtle Rock. I'm not sure if the players like it, but it leads to some very exciting games. Both players creep, and Todd goes for a second creep while Sky is content with 1 and harasses Todd instead. He gets 3 peasant kills and saves all of his footmen, losing only a water elemental. Sky comes back for more, but this time he gets 3 footmen trapped. But in my opinion, it was still worth the peasant kills, which got trapped. At Tier 2, Sky speed builds 2 Arcane Sanctums while Todd can't even put up 1. Sky still is behind on hero levels and he solo creeps his Archmage, but Todd gets his Panda trapped in the meantime. They fight, and Sky has the majority of the Tier 2 units, but it's deceptively close because of Sky's expansion. In the short term, it puts him at a disadvantage, but unless Todd wins the battle by a large enough margin to take out the expansion, the game will go to Sky. It's close, but eventually Sky goes through most of Todd's spellbreakers, and with no end in sight, Todd throws in the towel. The next map is the human favorite Terranistan, but that doesn't matter much in Human Mirror. Both players go for the same creep pattern, ending at the mercenary camp with a level 3 hero. Sky goes in and steals a mercenary from Todd, only to have it quickly surrounded and killed. Again, Todd tries to creep more, but Sky wants to harass and get a few more peasant kills, but he isn't nearly as effective as he was in Game 1. Todd pushes out and tries to force back Sky, but he loses a few militia in the process. Both players harass each other at Tier 2. Todd doesn't want to go into Sky's base and cancel his Arcane Sanctum, so he town portals back and traps Sky's Archmage. He succeeds, but his Arcane Sanctum gets cancelled, which doesn't leave him with enough wood to build his second Arcane Sanctum, let alone speed build them like Sky does. Both players mirror each other in expanding, but Todd seems to have a severe lack of farms, courtesy of Sky. The battle goes into the back of Todd's base, and without many peasants for Todd, Sky can fight very well. Todd goes on the offense for the first time in the game, but he quickly has to town portal out. Sky finally ends the game with another battle where his accumulated advantage finally overpowers Todd. Todd gets second place in the group and will face the winner of the second group, while Sky will play the second place finisher from that second group. That second group is a group of Night Elves, Hot, Moon, Soju, and Zeus. Hot beats Moon again, this time 2-0, but unfortunately the replays were not posted. Hot continued to show his excellent Night Elf mirror again by beating Soju. Zeus could not get anything working, and he finished in a distant 4th. The second place spot in the group came down to Soju against Moon. It may be Moon's weakest matchup, but he's still damn good at it. Soju has been one of the most inconsistent players this year after winning the Electronic Sports World Cup, but then only making it to the round of 16 at the World Cyber Games. The two played on Terranistan first, where Soju crept hard, taking Moon's mercenary camp, while Moon went for some harassment. They both go for Tier 3 bears, but with a Keeper of the Grove for Moon and a Naga for Soju. The first major fight is very close, but Soju's Zeppelin micro gives him an edge and helps him to a Keeper of the Grove kill. Soju uses the same Zeppelin for a drop on Moon's gold mine, killing it before quickly town portaling out. Soju went past 50 food early, while Moon waited until the final seconds to go into upkeep. That difference erases Soju's early advantage and puts the two players equal. The battle stayed that close to the end, and it was really hard to pick a winner, but Soju micros 4 red health bears poorly at the end, and that gives the game to Moon. For Game 2, it's Twisted Meadows, and Moon starts off with a modest creep, while Soju starts with the entire mercenary camp. He loses the Ancient of War, but he does get the creep. Moon pulls out some trickery with a classic tavern surround with archers at Tier 2. Both players recognize each other's intent to push at Tier 2, and they go for mass range. Moon adds in some Druids of the Talon, and he puts up an expansion and confident in his ability to protect it. Soju challenges that ability with a group of Ogre Maulers and some archers. The mass range for Moon allow him to focus on nearly anything, and it gives him an early Naga kill. It just goes downhill for Soju from there, and Moon quickly cleans up the remnants of his army. That gives Moon a 2-0 victory and a chance to play Sky in the semifinals. The other semifinal will be Todd against Hot. Both of those games in the finals will be in episode 25 of Imbalanced, which will come out very soon. All the top plays from the International Esports Tournament will be shown in that episode number 25. Will Sky redeem himself from the World Cyber Games loss, or will Moon get revenge on Sky for his semifinal loss at that same tournament? Hot has already upset Moon not once, but twice. Can he continue his unlikely run with a victory over Todd? Find out in episode 25 of Imbalanced.